CIFN has a mandate to enhance professionalism, ethical standards, just like in other professions in this country. And because of that, training becomes very, very critical, and certification. And that is what the money is spent for, to build these structures. One of the biggest problems against revenue functions of the customs and other agencies of the government is lack of knowledge on the part of reformers. And so we live a life of giving bribe and taking all the time, not being in a position to defend our position. Only very few. The CIFN has a mandate to enhance professionalism, ethical standards, just like in other professions in this country. And because of that, training becomes very, very critical, and certification. And that is what the money is spent for, to build these structures. One of the biggest problems against revenue functions of the customs and other agencies of the government is lack of knowledge on the part of reformers. And so we live a life of giving bribe and taking all the time, not being in a position to defend our position. Only very few. Who wants to pay money? Do anybody want to pay custom duty? Do you want to pay any of the levies of the government?
Yes,
don't drag us to that place. Yes, revenue collectors are never liked. So any moment you ask any person to pay money, he will never be laughing with you. So forget about that. It's not something to be discussed. You know, at the port level, what you tell a freight forwarder or an importer or any person that has any business to the port is for him or her not to pay any duty or levy or charges. He will be clapping for you. That's a very good man, very good government. You know, once you ask for any payment, there will be an issue. So don't get yourself, tangled with that. What is important is, to the extent you are fair-minded, in carrying out your responsibilities. That's the truth of it. When you have knowledge, you will also be afraid of the law. Somebody like me, I'm afraid of the law. I'm an ex-customs officer, I'm trained. I know what the custom law is talking about, how punitive the law is. Look at section 46, 47, 161, 162. The inherent dangers. Can I tell you what? Custom is the most patriotic Nigerians ever seen. Why are you laughing?
Because it's funny to me.
It's funny because you lack knowledge. But I say you lack knowledge on custom matters. But I know you, at least you can peruse through custom law regulations and laws. You know that if we sit here now to discuss about custom law and custom matters, and the intention is to circumvent custom regulations and laws, or even it's 1 year imprisonment or prosecution. No option of fine. Do you comply over what you don't know about?
You mean freight forwarders are not aware?
If you are trained by somebody as a freight forwarder who is very fond of, improper custom examination, who takes content out of custom control, you see it as a way of life. If you are trained by a freight forwarder who is very good in forging custom documents and all other related documents, how do you grow? You grow with that. Environment destroys everything. But if you have gone through a formal training where you be told this is wrong, this is right. As I'm talking now, I know my limitations. I cannot afford to move container out of the port not being examined. I'm not the importer. And I should have known that if I do not encourage custom examination, If anything happens to the contrary, probably at the time of delivery of such consignment, that I've been involved in conspiracy, and the law will catch on me also. But if I encourage the examination, whatever is in the container will be seen at the examination by the customs, and I can only be used as a principal witness. You need this knowledge. Alright? So many things are wrong. There are people are doing, but they don't know the consequences. CRFFN as of today, the status is an agency of the government. Nobody stops government from collecting money due to it. The CRFFN administration is swamp. In fact, I pray for them. They don't know what they're doing. Because if they know what they're doing, who the hell are you to stop government from collecting this money? The money that is approved by the government, even up to the National Executive Council. The good news is those who have gone to court. If they have gone to court, let the court make a pronouncement. If court makes a pronouncement, so be it. But I don't see any court telling government not to carry out its responsibilities. I don't see any court. Because the money is also the money they use to pay the cost. The judges. Where would they get the money? So it doesn't make sense to me. The problem is leadership of CRFFN. Now they've started again. Look at the confusion right now. Do we have a standing council? We don't know. We don't know. The elected members of the council, why telling them that their tenure is over? Why? When their tenure is not over, they still have their 2 years to go. That is causing confusion. The past council members did their 4 years. Why this one? Why? What's the problem? Who is behind it? But you know, at times the nemesis catch people. Do you understand? Nemesis catch people at times. Because the council members right now, why they're having problem, you know, Nigerians are a terrible set of people.
You have sympathy.
See, there's something I'm talking about I want you to understand. You know, people don't really know that life is not the way people think. The fight is not the fight of the elected members that are going to court contributing money. The fight is the fight of the associations. Do you know that all these elected members, when they got into the council, they abandoned their associations? That's the truth, I'm telling you.
Unfortunately.
And that's why they could not come back to the association. Now, I told you now, and myself as founder of Nagaf. These boys, you call them, told you at time to ask me what's happening in the council. I'll ask him when they are supposed to come back and tell us what it is. Today, they don't have the guts to come back to us. They cannot. But we are not going to keep quiet because you know why? It is not about them, it is about our profession. And I'm sure any moment from now, we are going to write a joint document to the Honorable Minister of Transport. Yeah, in that regard. You don't. We have limit that you can go. So about going to, it's not everything is not solved in court. Every matter is not solved in court. There are matters that you need to sit down and discuss. I don't think that if for any reason that Nagaf and NACA is a body, and then the other three associations endorse a document telling the Honorable Minister that these elected members have 2 years to finish their term. And if we don't do that, so be it. And we stay away from the council, and the council will lose membership. Why do we stay in a council that is not following the rule of law?
The council has the law.
No, please listen to me. You just have to have patience. You just have to have patience. CRFFN registered 5 associations and its members. You can be members of Nagaf and members of CRFFN. The members of Anarcha are members of CRFFN, and so. And some people are not even a member of any of the association, and maybe straight. But the greater number, 90% of them are part of this. So what do you have? If you are breaching the law that set up CRFFN that regulate us, we are at liberty to say no, we cannot continue with this. So it does not, the constitutional provision are there. Freedom of association. Okay? I have to be a member before you regulate me. Okay? So what I'm saying is that Like I tried to tell you, I don't think that Rotimi and Echi, the Honorable Minister of Transport, have taken time to give some little time for CRFF administration. I know if he does, he will get it right. He will get it right. Things will happen. So you see, the power, the coercive nature of government made it mandatory, I've told you, to achieve certain objectives. And that is why some of us decided to even keep quiet reasonably. That CRFF parade itself as an agency of government, as enthroned by the courts. Although we're in the appeal courts, remember, the case is still on. But we are not really following that, because as it were now, we have discovered that it is better, you understand, for us to remain with the government for now, so that we can get our acts together, because it's very obvious that we cannot come together the way it is. But most recently, listen to what I'm telling you. It's not about asking me a question. Let me explain to you. Most recently, some people in Anaka are beginning to see reason. You may not like Dr. Nebona, but listen to this man, what he's telling you. Sometimes you see people like us once in a century. It's not about me. It's not about me. It's about what I'm saying. I had a meeting with Henry Joko, of course you know he's strategic in Anaka. And we're talking, I had with Tony Ju. We're talking. These are top echelon members, and Tayo Leni is my very good friend. We're talking. And many people are beginning to say, come, we need to come together. Coming together could be technical alliance. It doesn't mean merger to become one association. No, you know it's not longer possible. But we can come together at certain level and agree on certain things to do. Just like we came together in the matter of disposition of allocating a council membership. We saw it. Nagav is big, Anaka is big. 6 in number, 111. Some of them are in a container so still it's okay. The important thing is CRFF has study, even though it's political. You understand? So it's alright. No problem. The law says that our association are important. I remember the case of political parties but then we know what is what is. You cannot say that I have sympathy for CRFF. I'm CRFF.
Well, before now you were fighting the council.
Why will you see? No,
you were fighting the council before now.
No. You frame your questions well.
Okay.
Frame your questions.
It is on record.
Lebanon and Nagav is CRFF. You don't understand? What is come? So you are a resident reporter. What is it that I'm saying that you don't know?
No, you had fought
the council bill. Day one was introduced by the Nagav National Assembly. Thereafter, I had meeting with Sabaluchi, the theater vice president. Ojo Madepe came into being, and then Shippers Council under Saromi came into the matter and facilitated the whole process. Saromi is still alive now.
No,
and you may want to verify also that one of the first encounter I had with Saromi was when he wanted to give the rate stuff to others. As the ES on the Just Pass Council, I told him he doesn't have the power to do so under the law that established a Just Pass Council. It was a matter between me and him as the president of Nagav there. And when he tried to bulldoze his way, I told him, don't do that. Because if you do that, you will not like me. I will raise issues that will startle you. Nigerian Sports Council. What I'm telling you now is known to the current Sports Council, the Secretary Asambela. In fact, that man, we thank God that he got to the level he is. Because he was the person that saved Sports Council from the stranglehold of Nagav. You understand? Because Saromi provoked us. You understand? So we are not. See, we are not afraid of anybody once we are doing the right thing. Way forward is for Rotimi Williams or Rotimi Adeyichi to do a system study of CRFFA and give direction. When you look at section 5 of the CRFFA Act, the Honorable Minister has the mandate to give direction and character in the management and administration of CRFFA. It's there. He has not given us any time. Rotimi should not be a party to go into government post to pick money. Because it's a critical element in the current administration that is looking for money. Okay? Rotimi should have been able to do a system study and know certain people that he needs to call and say, what do we do to get this council working? If you don't have the time, what about the permanent secretary? Is it for you to go and carry politicians and bring into CRFFN a professional body? Is it the best way the CRFFN can work when you know politicians will be looking for money for election? Is that what CRFFN is all about? This is the truth. I'm a politician. I'm a chairman of a party. You understand? But I'm professionally a faithful. So that is my own front. But when you patronize people, and even at those people in the appointees category, if the problem in CRFFN is not even good for them because nothing is coming out of them, and how do they go back for election? So they are losing. Probably that's why they are being reappointed. I don't know what that will translate to. You understand? Things are like this. It is not. It cannot help anybody. The only thing I would say today is, listen to me. Anaka need to come together. Anaka need to come together by themselves. Nobody can bring them together. I had people saying should call meeting. Shitu cannot call meeting because Shitu is being suspected as igniting problem in Anaka. I had people calling me, including yourself. You have called me one day and told me, Doc, why not invite Anaka members, some of them, you know all of them, at certain level. But you were there when during COVID patronage, we gave them, Nagav gave them money, vote on our own. We gave them money. We gave federal government, we gave state government, we gave everybody. Just everybody was making contribution without anything attached. Look at Nagav giving federal government money. But we saw that good and not giving federal government. Our own to give government. Government need money also. And see how Anaka interpreted the one we gave them. And start telling us that we should use it to go and put our secretariat in order. Secretariat they are talking about. Is it their secretariat now? Are they the one that built the secretariat? My friend Nico that helped them to build the secretariat is late. Now did they go? Did they go? I didn't see in any newspaper, even obituary. I didn't see where they took out an obituary announcement for Nico. Show me.